They haven't really been able to build up a streak in any category.
Keep mixing the ties in there.
They have not lost 3 games in a row. They have not won 3 games in a row. They're not tied 3 games in a row.
They keep getting points, though, so that's good.
Yeah, in the last 7 games, they've only won or tied.
That's big.
That's last 6 games. This would be 7.
Yeah, you keep walking away with points, and that's what you need to continue to build your way towards.
I think they call them runs.
No, I don't.
The 3-0 here to Patelli. Why not call it a strike?
At 3-1, good chance to uncork on a fastball here.
Yep. Patelli. So we're back live. Awaits the 3-1 pitch from Peppers. That ball is low. And they will not. Peppers is reeling right now on the mound. Peppers is reeling. He's been
5-pitch walk.
He has now thrown almost 60 pitches, 54 pitches.
54, yeah.
He's thrown 26 strikes, 28 balls.
Not a good ratio, unfortunately, for Peppers, and now it gets even tougher with Riku Nishida coming up to battle. He's already struck out once tonight, and he usually doesn't do that much, so
no.
Expect the ball to be put in play. Hey, Bria, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, a nice Harbor Hawks lead right now.
Nishida takes a strike. Peppers, that first game against Hyannis, went 2/3 of an inning. 2/3 of an inning. Came in the 9th to close out the game. Couldn't do it. The 0-1-2. Riku Nishida takes a ball outside.
You really
then
can't,
against what's that?
You really can't get much of more of a difference from the 2 guys on the mound. You have a guy that throws 11 for 11 for strikes.
Yeah.
And then you have Peppers come out here. He's throwing high, he's throwing low, he's throwing to the backstop. I mean,
it's quite the contrast.
Yeah, just about everywhere but the zone here. We're peppering the outside of the strike zone.
I'm still really interested to see who works the 9th, because you bring Allard back out. He's sitting for about 20 minutes probably by the time this thing's over.
And I think if it's a 1-run game, I feel really comfortable with Langenberg coming out.
Yeah.
Now you have an opportunity to be a little more creative with a 4-run lead and no save opportunity for whoever you throw. You got to think about you have games the next 4 days.
I'm throwing Wes Burton if I.
Yeah, why not? The ball low, 2-1.
Wes is a good lockdown guy. You know, he's had a few scoreless innings this season so far.
Hasn't allowed a run, yeah.
Right. So I mean, even though it's on a save situation, I think he's a guy that can be almost a setup man. But this team is just so stacked with talent that we haven't seen him in those high leverage spots yet.
3-1 to Riku Nishida. Nishida fouls that one off to our left, stays alive. 3-2.
In 2 away, so both runners are going to be off on the pitch.
2 down, and Nishida, with 2 strikes, will not deliver the antics here to Peppers. He shows a bout of mercy. Runners go. Nishida bounces that one right back at the middle. Cleanly fielded by McKenzie. McKenzie's throw to first is in time. We take you to the bottom of the 9th. The Harbor Hawks against Jake Peppers have worked 4 runs over the course of the last 2 innings, and they have a 4-run lead, 5-1, as they need 3 more outs to secure their 7th straight non-loss on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzuoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. As we bring you back for the bottom of the 9th inning, Jay Driver comes out to close the door, and maybe you're like Jay Driver and your day doesn't technically start until the first sip of coffee. That guy loves it. Maybe you're also like Jay Driver, and the rush to work or the ballpark takes too long to wait for your kitchen's mechanical barista. Well, that's where Honeydew Coffee comes in. It's locally brewed, and there are 3 locations on Route 28 in Dennisport, West Yarmouth, and right here in Hyannis, the most convenient way to start the day. And maybe you say, I'm like Drake. I can't, coffee's just not for me. Well, the family at Honeydew is not phased. They offer iced tea, lemonade, and sparkling water, accompanied by the best pastries, donuts, and sandwiches on the Cape. Skip the line on the high prices at the fast food chains and enjoy the local flavor of Honeydew Coffee. Austin, Bria, Ella, Abby, what do you guys know about Jay Driver?
Well, he started the year in a high leverage spot as the Hyannis Harbor Hawks closer, and he looked really, really good in that outing. But then you bring him back into a game against Harwich where he just didn't have his best stuff. He had blown the save, and unfortunately for Driver, that didn't go so well. But now he comes back here, a big chance to kind of get right. He had another outing in Bourne Drake that also, I mean, it was the toughest luck outing you could have. He had a broken bat single, a blip single, and unfortunately for Driver, a run came across in the time being, but that doesn't really tell you the whole story. You can't look at his stats and say, this is who we're getting. You're getting a lockdown guy for the 8th and 9th inning, and I think tonight you're going to see a chance for Jay Driver to work with Jacob Campbell, get his stuff on track, because even in Bourne, that inning, he struck out all 3 guys. So I think tonight's another night to build on that and have a clean inning for him.
He's going to have to face 4, 5, and 6 for the Falmouth Commodores. Jacob Walsh comes the dish from Oregon. And Bria, Jay Driver, early parts of the season, we were told he'd be the best closing arm out of the bullpen, and he has shown flashes of that multiple times. He sees one fouled away by Walsh.
Yeah, he started off against Orleans with a save with 2 strikeouts and a clean inning, followed that up against Falmouth. The same team got the win in a clean inning. Then we mentioned Harwich and Bourne, but Bria, you've seen a lot from him too that we've liked.
Yeah, definitely. I think him and Langenberg have proven to be 2 big arms out of the bullpen.
The 0-1, that one is low and outside, taken for a ball by Jacob Walsh.
And you interviewed the 3rd member of that trio, Hammerberg, before the game too. Another lockdown arm in the back end of the bullpen.
That was definitely an interview to remember. And if you have stayed with us throughout this whole contest, you heard that at the beginning of it.
That was
There's a 2-1.
mere almost 3 hours ago.
Yeah. The 2-1 from Driver. There's a big cut and a miss. Count even at 2-2. The Harbor Hawks today. Pitching has been impeccable. 13 times the Falmouth Commodores have struck out tonight. Chatham struck out 18 times in a 7-inning game a couple nights ago. That's a lot of strikeouts. This whole league, it's a pitcher's league. There's one ripped right back to Dominic Patelli, but it's Dom Patelli. He makes the play.
It's so routine. That ball was scorched, right? And he doesn't even rush his throw. It's just so fundamental. He knows exactly how much time he has, doesn't rush, and just throws it on a strike. Couldn't be more perfectly played by Patelli.
Current standings across the league, YD at 9-5-2 leads the East, Katuitt leads the West, Chatham at 4-10-2, and Falmouth at 5-9-1 are near the bottom of the league right now. If the score holds here with 2 outs left to go in the bottom of the 9th, Falmouth will fall to 5-10-1, and Hyannis would advance to 8-5-1. Driver will collect a swing and a miss out of the 5-hole hitter, Collins. Falmouth came into this game at 83 hits this season. That was last in the league. Hyannis came in at 4th with 105. Next one from Driver. That one's tagged into left field. Tito Flores coming over will not be able to make a play on it. It'll land between Flores and McConnell. Coming around to second base and upstanding with a double is Collins. He's had a pretty good night.
He has. He also walked tonight, put the ball in play a couple times, and that's a legit double. That was hit really well to the gap.
Falmouth also has the 2nd worst OBP in the league, 284. Hyannis has 322 coming in.
That's a big jump because they started off a little slow, did the bats here in Hyannis, as did much of the league, but see it over near 324. It's going to improve after tonight.
Hyannis batting average will continue in the upward trend. They came in batting 234. Falmouth at 186 is at the bottom spot in the league. Now standing is center fielder Pinckney, who has the lone run of the game for the Commodores, who will cut and miss on a fastball 93 from Jay Driver. Pinckney earlier in this one got a hold of a baseball that tied it at 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th, and much has changed since then. The 0-1 from Driver to Pinckney. That's a ball outside. Even if Pinckney was to go yard here again, you talk about that cushion that the Harbor Hawks gave themselves against Jake Peppers in the top of the ninth.
Exactly it, because if that didn't happen, right, you have a kind of a clean inning. It's a 2-1 game, and the tying runs on second base. So that was huge to get those 3 runs.
The 1-1 from Driver to Pinckney. The righty from the stretch deals, checks over to second base, fires home, and that's a called strike.
Good
Looked
pitch.
a little low there, and got a good one and a nice frame from Campbell. Falmouth also. They've given up the most runs on the year coming into this, 65. Second most earned runs, though. They've given up 11 unearned runs.
Well, we mentioned the fielding
gap.
percentage being down at, I believe you said 960.
Right.
So tonight, 3 more errors didn't help their cause either.
The 1-2 to Pinckney. That one's barely fouled away, just a piece of that one. Falmouth also, talking about their defense, too, the pitching. They've hit 15 batters this year. Harwich only plays dodgeball more. They have 19. Also have an opponent batting average of .237 and third worst ERA in the league. Tough couple of games for the foes from the West. So good to pick up a pretty decent lead for the Harbor Hawks as Driver goes upstairs and misses with the fastball, now 2-2.
Oh, 94, though, showing you what he has.
Yeah, not even eye level, though. Just going above the helmet.
Not really enticing to a hitter. If it's
94
that high.
rise ball. The 2-2 from Driver to Andrew Pinckney. Sets and deals. There's a swing and a miss. Jay Driver has pulled the Harbor Hawks within 1 out of the 7th straight ball game where they haven't recorded a loss.
That was a sword a little bit. There was a slider. Definitely surprised on it. You saw him go halfway and then just kind of finish the swing. Big pitch by Driver. And then, as we mentioned, this is a get-right performance for him. Yeah, he had the double, but that's a huge bounce back for Jay.
The game now falls in the hands of Drew Brutcher, a right fielder who had an error earlier. Not an error. He booted a ball. That was an extra base hit as he swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Driver. That put Hyannis in a good spot to score a run in the 8th. Driver ahead 0-1. The Hawks have dealt many a strikeout as that fastball goes 94 up and away. They have struck out themselves tonight an uncharacteristically high amount of times. It's 10, but they have issued 14 of their own. The 1-1 from Driver. The lefty, Brutcher, swings and misses.
It's a great slider.
82 mile an hour off speed.
Yeah, I think that it's either his changeup or his slider.
Yeah.
I want to say slider
Think
because
so.
it's kind of moving back door on left-handed hitters, and
Yep.
you're seeing them just so hesitant to finish their swing on it because it comes off the hand a little quicker and just moves across the zone.
The 1-2 from Driver. That one's high, taken for a ball. Now 2s all around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the bottom of the 9th.
It's good to see his velo up though tonight too. That's
Yeah.
he's really been sharp.
Driver. The 2-2 on Drew Brutcher. The righty sets, and he deals. 15 strikeouts on the night for the Harbor Hawks as they set down the Falmouth Commodores, and this team has not lost in their last 7 contests. The final, Harbor Hawks 5, Falmouth Commodores 1.
That's a statement of a win too, Drake. I mean, they come back tonight. What a start by Jackson Baumeister, and they come back. The bats get hot later in the game. They even when the game got tied at 1 apiece, they just are not going to quit, and they continue to show you just how legit they are. And Bria, the Hawks are just continuing to play good baseball in all aspects of it.
Definitely. I think in the first part of the season, we were really impressed by the pitching from these Harbor Hawks. And finally, the bats have kind of come up to speed a little bit. We saw 9 hits today. Didn't cash in on all of them, but just overall a great showing from Hyannis.
Yeah, big-time night for the Hawks, too. And I know we have to decide on our player of the game, but there's a few candidates for tonight's game.
Yeah, there are a few. You have a couple guys with multiple hits, and Jacob Campbell had a couple of them. Tito Flores also had a couple. Campbell with an RBI as well. But to me, it's easy. You've got to go with the guy that puts you in a great spot toward the middle of the game. With 7 strikeouts through 4 innings of play, no hit work, it's Jackson Baumeister all the way.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Baumeister really, it couldn't have been better, honestly. I mean, yeah, 2 walks, of course. I mean, you could be perfect, but no hits, no runs, and 7 punch-outs. Bria, you in agreement with Mr. Baumeister as well?
I definitely am. I think also giving an honorable mention to Jordy Allard.
Yeah, he was big time. He locked it down in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Baumeister had 7 strikeouts. O'Halloran had 3. Allard had 3. And Jay Driver had 2 in that final 9th inning. I'd like to let you know, too, the final in Chatham. Chatham has been no-hit by Orleans tonight.
Really?
There's a no-hitter in the league.
Wow.
It just shows you again how much of a pitcher's league this truly is. And your final line of the game here from Gov Fuller is Hyannis, 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error compared to Falmouth, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors. The Harbor Hawks' 8th straight game allowing 4 runs or less. I think, and I don't know, we could probably say it. I think we've seen enough games to say it confidently.
The Hawks are hot.
The Hawks are hot. I think so.
Hawks are hot.
For Drake Toll, Austin Dakuda, Bria Losick, Ella Gibson, Abby Stokes, Mike Maynard, and our director of broadcasting, Harrison Myers. The Harbor Hawks win this one in Falmouth 5-1. We'll see you back at McKeon Park tomorrow night. Good night.